Let me show you now a recipe that I'm gonna do with this beautiful potato that Fabio gave to me, the Galatina new potato. These potatoes, they have a very delicate skin, so the way to clean them, slowly, and just get rid of all the dirt. If you can find Galatina potatoes in your local supermarket, shallot potatoes will also do the job. Look, I got them some already boiled, because we're gonna make a salad. Boil them until al dente, and I'll keep the skin on because the skin is nice and sweet. So what I'm gonna do, you're just gonna slice the potato into rings, okay? Like this, not too thin. A few capers. Then I'm going to add some beautiful green pitted olives, obviously from this area, because here they have the best olives ever. And I'm gonna put a little bit of flat leaf parsley, the chives, like this. I love chives in a salad. It gives it a nice crunch. I like to do this salad, especially when I go for a camping trip or when I go fishing with my boys. Okay, tomatoes. I'm just gonna cut them into quarters. And then, of course, I had to use these almighty onions. This is gonna be super sweet. What a beauty. Thinly sliced. I'm trying to cut it as thin as I can. Whenever you season the salads, okay, don't overdo it with salt. Remember, the capers are already salty. Generous amount of extra virgin oil. Look at that, it's like pouring liquid golds on the onion. And then, aceto di vino rosso, red wine vinegar. Oh, nice splash. Do you remember the beautiful honey that we tasted? Still got my fingerprint in it, by the way. I'm gonna take some of this. And right at the end, I'm gonna squeeze into the salad. Let me tell you the secret. Get the right ingredients, because when you get the right ingredients, 80% of the job is already done, and do very little with it. Yeah, remember my motto, minimum effort. Yes, you got it. Maximum satisfaction. So once you got the salads, leave it on the side, and let's get on with the fish. Look at this beautiful Seabass that Giacomo coats. Fish is probably one of the easiest things to cook ever. You just need to learn the technique, and do remember one thing when you cook fish. 10 seconds is like an hour. And you need to make sure that you don't overcook it, because there is nothing worse than overcooked fish. First of all, I'm gonna add a couple of knobs of butter. Then in there, we're gonna put some extra virgin olive oil, because the oil is gonna help the butter not to burn. I got plain flour, and I filleted my Seabass. So this spigola here has got no bones, and we took all the scale out. Once you take the fish, the side that you got the skin, if you can fold it inwards like that, and then with a knife, just make a very simple cut. You want about 3 cuts, no more than that. Don't go all the way through the flesh, yeah? Just a little cut on the skin, like that. And the reason why I done this 3 cuts, because then when I'm gonna fry it, it's not gonna curl. Skin side down, straight away, like that. That's what you want to see. You want here, the oil. You probably want to do about 2.5 to 3 minutes on one side. Make sure it's nice and crispy, then you turn it around 1 minute, no more than that. See, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Crispy skin, beautiful and golden. Fish is a little bit like meat. At some point when you cook it, if you have the chance, just let it rest. Let the meat of the fish starts to relax, and all the juices come out, so it's gonna be nice and tender. I am super happy. Look at this fish. We're gonna use this pan now to make a very, very quick Italian salsa. It should take you about a minute, no more than that. I got my onions. Tomatoes, look at the way I'm doing it. Just, you know, chunks, slice. And I got a little bit of parsley, which I'm gonna put at the end. We're gonna start with the onions, because they take the longest. Like that. Just make sure that you keep jumping the onions, see? Otherwise they burn. In there straight away, we're gonna go for the tomatoes. Like this. A thing that my mom used to do. You cut some tomato in half, and you put into your hand and you just squeeze them. So all the pulp goes into the salsa. Like that, look. This is a properly Italian way of cooking. Just shovel everything in a pan and allow the ingredients to do the job. Squeeze a little bit of lemon. Job done, guys. Bello, bello, bello. Now, in here, we're gonna put on one side this beautiful potato salad. If you got some nice crunchy bread, you can do a bit of danky. And then, simply, you get your beautiful fish on top. Just like that. Now, the question you should ask yourself is this. If I can do this in the middle of nowhere, on a table with a frying pan, there is no excuses why you couldn't do this beautiful Seabass and my potato salad at home. So Seabass, this is the big boy that I have. So I got 3 egg whites. Just make sure that they start to foam up a little bit. I'm gonna pour just a little touch of water and just mix everything together. So I got fine salt, the one you can buy everywhere, 500 grams, and then I have rock salt, 500 grams. Now, make sure that you use an herb that can take the heat of the oven. You want to put thyme the way I'm doing, you can put thyme. Then I'm gonna use the zest of 1 lemon and then fennel seeds. Now, the salt is gonna feel like snow. That is exactly what you want. Okay, now we're gonna put a quarter of this on the tray, more or less the same size of the fish. Fish goes on top of the bed, like this. We got a little bit of parsley, lemon slices, some of these fennel seeds. As it's cooking, they're gonna go into the flesh of the fish, and it's gonna be super tasty. Now, you got the remaining salt. Start in the back, comes to the front. I'm gonna start to collect all the salt like this. Job done, 200 degrees, half an hour for 1 kilo fish. Perfect. Good luck, fishy. Now, we are going to do king prawns grilled with an Italian marinade. So, head off. Now, one thing that I want you to do is to leave the shell and the tail on. It's very important. And then you just put your knife in, and you're gonna open the prawns like a butterfly. We give you wings. Pour yourself a nice glass of wine and take your time. It's Christmas. Let me show you how to prepare the dressing. We got a little clove of garlic, just finely chopped like this. Put in a bowl the zest of 1 lemon, the juice of the lemon, a little bit of chili flakes. Take the parsley, roughly chopped, a couple of pinches of salt, good quality extra virgin olive oil. Start to mix everything together. We're gonna put on top of the prawns, and then make sure that you massage the prawns into the dressing, just the way I'm doing it. The only thing that you have to do now is to put the prawns so the flesh is on the bottom. Make sure the griddle pan is not too hot. Yeah? We don't want to burn them straight away. See that the prawns, they slightly change in colors because of the lemon. And then what you have to do, 10 beautiful prawns, cook them for a couple of minutes, no longer than that. Look, you can use brandy, you can use sherry, okay, anything that flames up is fine. But remember, pour it, flame it, stand back. Okay, I'm super happy with the prawns. We'll put them like this. They're very tasty, they look amazing. Now we're gonna do anchovies in breadcrumb. How do you get the anchovy from this to this? It's quite simple. You take the head off, put your finger behind the head and just through the belly of the anchovy. Then you go underneath to pick up the bones in the middle. And this is how you clean the anchovy. Anchovy goes into the flour, like this. Slap it around, then it goes into the egg, and then straight into the breadcrumb, and then you cover it up. straight in there. Look at that, they're gonna be golden and delicious. Remember, anchovies doesn't take too long to cook, yeah? Get yourself 2 forks. This is the exact color that I'm looking for. My father used to love fried anchovies. So, 2 done, 1 to go. Now is the time to reveal the masterpiece. Yeah, don't forget the baked Seabass in salt. Aha! Look at that.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We separated the skin. A little bit of extra virgin olive oil on top. Look at that. Guarda qua, guarda.
Tidings we bring.
Buonissimo. Buonissimo. You are going to love this. When I'm on my own and I fancy something that it doesn't take a long time, I always go for a steak. I got fillet of beef, and I'm going to show you a very easy way to do it with the breadcrumb on top, and of course, the chicory. I'm going to show you the way my mother used to do it. It always works. So first thing is aglio in camicia, which is garlic with a shirt on, just like me, so I don't take the skin out. Then I got a little bit of chili, and then we got a good extra virgin olive oil. So switch on the heat, and as soon as the garlic starts to sizzle, you just pick up the chicory, bang, in the pan. There is no need to put water or anything like that, because there is a lot of water in the chicory that is just going to release and come out. With the salt. So what you want to do now, slowly, slowly, let it cook in its own water for about 20 minutes, and the job is done. So all the nutritious value of the chicoria stays in the dish, and that's the way my mother always done it. Now, for the steak, I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top. In there, we're gonna put black pepper on top of the beef. I believe that when you put salt on meat before you cook it, salt drains all the moisture away from the meat. Now, the beef that I'm using is called Podolica beef, Podolian beef in English, and is a local beef that they use here that eats all the beautiful grass. And it's quite a unique flavor, because if you see the vein of the beef, look at that. They're not white, they're a little bit yellow. What that tells you, that is a well-fed cow, and it's very sweet. In the UK, a similar meat would be an Angus beef fillet steak. Now, for the breadcrumb. Of course, I had to use the bread from Matera. I'm gonna put some herbs in there. We got plenty of rosemary around me. If you got fresh rosemary, I suggest to use it. One thing that you should never use is dry rosemary in a jar, because they taste absolutely useless. A little bit of parsley. That's it. The herbs goes on top of the breadcrumb like this. Then on there straight away, I have a beautiful piece of pecorino here, which I'm going to grate onto the breadcrumb, and extra virgin olive oil. So we're going to create like a breadcrumb paste. If you see that you squeeze and it gets all together, it means that the job is done. Now, as you can see, the water from the chicory is slowly disappearing. Add a little bit of oil and let them slightly fry in the pan, because now there is no water. Now is when they're gonna get all nice and crispy, beautiful. Okay, now, it's very important that the pan is very hot. So, we literally want to sear them 1 minute on each side. No more than that, because this is fillet steak, should be beautiful and medium rare in the middle, so all the flavor, the moisture, everything stays in there, and when you eat, it's gonna be super tender. You can turn around the other side, like that. Now, as soon as you turn the meat the other way around, take the pan off the heat. I'm gonna put this beautiful breadcrumb that I prepared straight on top of the steak. Like that. We're gonna drizzle a little bit of oil on top. What I got here, I got these beautiful almonds that Mariella gave me. So it's gonna give a little bit of texture to the dish, and I'm gonna use them on top of my breadcrumb. Couple of minutes in the oven, the meat, and the job is done. Let's do this. All the flavor of the wood is gonna get into the breadcrumb, into the steak. It's only gonna be here for about a couple of minutes, but the flavor is gonna be insane. Oi, look after my steak, eh? If you're at home, what you do, you put the oven grill on, very, very hot. It will take you about a minute and a half, and you will see that the color of the breadcrumb starts to get all golden and brown. Oh, look at that. Beauty. Bellissima. Andiamo. Okay. Now you're gonna have to let it rest. The temperature cools down and the meat starts to relax and all the juices are coming out. This is when you're gonna have the tenderest meat ever. I'm gonna use these almonds on top of the chicory. La cicoria is ready. Remember to get rid of the garlic. I love to cook outside because all the animals can eat my flavored garlic. Now, I mean, you can serve this one in so many different ways. I'm gonna do 2 little chicory towels here. A drizzle of extra virgin olive oil on top. From Matera to you. This is how you make a beautiful fillet steak with Matera bread, breadcrumb, with herbs and almonds, served with the most amazing cicoria ever. Buon appetito.